Your boy Juby the Tubi. Happy Saturday to you guys. Hope you guys are doing good. Knicks win last night. Almost blew a 15-point lead, but hang on to win 100 to 97 against Kristaps Porzingis. Return to Madison Square Garden against Julius Randle. It was a fun matchup, a great matchup. Knicks win behind Mitchell Robinson. What a fantastic game! They're now 5 games out of the play-in tournament. Is it too little, too late? Find out. Stick around with me, Juby the Tubi, coming at you, family above everything, and Zenray from Zenray Sports TV. Stay tuned. What up, Nick Nation? How you doing? Salute to you guys in the chat. I'm your boy, Juby the Tubi, family above everything. You already know. Happy Saturday. Like I said to you guys, Knicks win last night, 100 to 97. Almost blew a 15-point lead to the Washington Wizards, but they came through. The defense locked down in the fourth quarter, and they came through with a victory. Fun matchup between Kristaps Porzingis and Julius Randle. Both had 18 points. So it was a great matchup. Kristaps Porzingis' return to Madison Square Garden. Got booed. Enjoyed it. And, the Knicks, overall, the team played collectively great. But is it too little, too late? That's what we're going to find out in a minute with me and my partner, Zenray from Zenray Sports TV. Quentin Grimes returns. Obi Toppin's minutes, of course, took a hit because Quentin Grimes returned. And he played last night. And Kenny Payne departs the team for Louisville. Julius Randle was heartbroken. He's a Kentucky product. And to see Kenny Payne go hurt him and all Kentucky players who play for the Knicks. But he has to do what he has to do. We have 10 games, I believe, left. You didn't change the title from the last time. Tinsy, I know. Listen, guys, I apologize. Your boy's trying to make things quick today. I got so much things going on today. Today is my father's birthday, so salute to Mr. Tubi. Happy birthday to you, Pops. I'll be seeing you shortly. And yeah, guys, so like I said, the Knicks win last night 100 to 97. Let's bring Zenray in here to find out if it's too little, too late, and do they still have a chance for the play-in tournament. Let's bring him in here, get his take from last night's game. Good morning, Zenray.
Hey, Juby, the Tubi, family above everything, New York Straight Sports Talk. Welcome, welcome. I was rambling this morning. I didn't have my cup of Joe this morning,
Oh
so
yeah.
going back and forth between the Knicks, the play-in game, the lottery, KP being booed. I was all over the place. I was like scrambled eggs. My mind is not right. And these early morning shows after being up so late last night. Juby, the Knicks win 100-97. The Knicks overall played well. It seems like everybody was in double figures in that lineup. It looks like Randall and Barrett had their way. They didn't shoot very well percentage wise. The Knicks win. I'm feeling a little bit in the middle of them winning, not winning, getting into the lottery, being in the middle of anything, being out of that lottery spot, but then still making that run, being still 5 games out for that play in.
Yeah. Salute to you guys at Zenray Sports TV. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, they win last night, 100-97. Almost blew a 15-point lead, but they griddled down. Defense worked at the end, and like you said, they won 197. Shooting wise, Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett did not have a great shooting game, but it was fun to watch Kristaps Porzingis make his Garden return. He got a lot of boos, and it's always fun to see Julius Randle versus Kristaps Porzingis. Like you said, the team collectively played fantastic together. A lot of players in double digits. Only thing I didn't like was that we knew what was going to happen. Quentin Grimes made his return last night, and Mr. Obi Toppin took a hit when it came to minutes. He only played 9 minutes last night, and McBride didn't get not even 1 minute. Me and you spoke about this. We knew this was going to happen. I still don't get it. I mean, at this end of the season, right now we are 5 games. As per you and me discussed, out of the play-in tournament. Right. I know we won the last 2, but is there still a possibility that we can sneak in? What do you think with 10 games left, 2-game winning streak, 12 games, excuse me, 12 games left, 5 games out. We do play the Hawks, and we are on a 2-game winning streak. What's your take on it? Do you think there's a slim possibility, or are you just like me? I heard you saying that you have mixed emotions about it, because if we keep winning and we come up short, that ruins our chances in the lottery.
Yeah, I mean, look, Thibodeau is going to play hard. He has his boy Quentin Grimes back. We'll speak about that because you spoke about the minutes being dispersed here, and I think there's going to be some big changes for next year. But getting back to your question, they need to win the last 10 out of their 12 games. And can the Knicks do that? Can the Knicks win 10 out of 12 games? We haven't even seen them winning 4 or 5 games straight consistently this year. That's a pipe dream. I mean, it could happen if everybody plays well. But at this juncture, I don't think it's a shot in the dark. I don't think that's going to happen. And then I think the way Thibodeau is going by this, he's playing to win. He was upset last night. You're up at 15 with 4 minutes left. And he saw the lead just dwindling down. And you saw in his face, he wanted to win. This game is bad. I think the Knicks are going to finish probably close to a 500 team. I don't think they'll make it. And even if they make the 500 and they do win their last 10 out of 12, I think they're going to fall a couple of games short. So for argument's sake, I think they have to win the rest of the games to actually make a playing game. Because how are you going to beat out Atlanta? Atlanta is starting to heat up right now, and they're playing well. I don't see it happening, Juby. Getting back to the players that they have in hand, I think the minutes you're talking about, Obi Toppin not getting, I think Obi Toppin is gone next year. He needs more playing time, and I call this when they picked Obi Toppin of a botched play on the Knicks' part. They made a pick for a play they thought they needed when you could have picked up a point guard like Halliburton. I think if I have to say a pick that they made wrong, it was the Obi Toppin pick, because he's not getting playing time. You're gonna lose him. It seems like you're gonna lose Mitchell Robinson on a sign and trade, probably to Dallas. Dallas is a big guy. And I think you'll probably you'll get Brunson in that pick and something else. But I think they're gonna lose. I think they have a good feeling, because you see Mitchell Robinson and Coach Tibbs, he doesn't even tap Mitch. They don't have no kind of communication. You can see that this plain face with them, the communication is very weak. I'm saying they're gonna lose Obi Topping and Mitchell Robinson next year, and they'll probably get their point guard in the process, and they'll get some players in here. But the Knicks, in terms of youth wise, I don't know for next year what the roadmap is. We lost what coach? We lost. We
Kenny
lost
Payne.
Kenny Payne. So he went to Louisville. Congratulations to Kenny Payne. I don't know what to say, Juby. My mind is not coordinated right this morning, so I'll let you go.
Listen, I completely get it. Listen, losing Kenny Payne is a big letdown for a lot of Kentucky product players that are still with us. Julius Randle was very emotional, very close to him. Big part of his breakout season last season, and the player that he has become. So Kenny Payne has to do what he has to do. An opportunity became available for him, and we wish him nothing but the best here at Nick Nation. Great guy, works well with young kids. And I think he was really part of the offensive schemes of the Knicks game plan last season and this season. So we might take a hit when it comes to that. Hopefully we find a good replacement for him. I agree with you as far as Obi Toppin. I think Obi Toppin is the odd man out here. Besides, Alex Burke, and I'm starting to think they might keep Evan Fournier, even though I'm not really happy with that.
Yeah,
But
Fournier's gonna stay, yeah.
Obi.
He's been playing well, and his defense is getting a little better. Even Obi's defense is getting a little better. It's got a ways to go, the same way as Fournier. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think Obi is gone. Fournier is going to stay because of his $19 million, and he's your only pure scorer from the outside, man.
Yeah.
How
It's rough, man. I mean, like I said, we sit here and we look back, and the Knicks could have chose Halberton, but I think Knicks management chose that pick not what they needed. They chose that pick at best available player that they thought was on the scoreboard at that particular moment. If they would go back, I think they would choose Halberton and Mitchell Robinson. What a showcase to Dallas that he did yesterday. The guy's a beast. Even Porzingis gave this man props and gave him kudos and said that Mitchell Robinson has put on weight, that he's very aware of the basketball, and that he's just a completely different player. And when you hear things like that and us Knick fans see what the player that he has become, we only hope that we'll sign him. But like you said, knowing...
Sign him now. I mean, you have an opportunity to sign him now. They're not doing it. He's going to test the free agent market. He likes...
And Dallas is interested. Dallas is going to be interested.
Oh,
Dallas is going to... Dallas is going to take him.
This is the thing that bothers me about the Knick Nation. Have a plan. I think they do. Sign this guy. I mean, yeah, he needs to work on his free throws, because now they're doing the Mitchell hack. Before you did the Shaka hack, now it's the Mitchell hack. And then Thibodeau knows that, so he takes him out, and he does it for reasons, because Mitchell Robinson, if he needs to work on something, he needs to work on his offensive game a little bit, and he needs to work on those free throws, because he is pretty bad at 49%. That's pretty bad. Let's say awful. To say
well,
the
listen,
least.
there's some previous NBA All Stars who were horrible at free throw percentage, but they were able to make a great career out of it. Shaquille O'Neal being one of them, but Shaq was on another level. But Mitchell Robinson, man, I feel he still has potential to change his game. I think the Knicks would be foolish not to pick him up and Cam Reddish this offseason. Those are two players that have a upside to their game, that they're so young still that they can develop these tools that'll make them better players. But knowing Knicks management from past history, they always let these young kids go. And, a Trevor Ariza didn't become a superstar of the NBA, but somebody who I was very upset when they traded. And look at the career he's had. I mean, not a superstar, but a great contributor to every team he goes to. And I only hope that they sign Mitchell and Cam Reddish. And we'll see what happens. But back to, the real thing is that, Alex Burke continues to be wine and dined by Tom Thibodeau. He didn't have a bad game yesterday. 12 points for him. Pretty decent game for him. And he continues to utilize him with heavy minutes. And we knew it. Me and you spoke the last three shows, and we were like, somebody's going to take a hit, whether it's going to be Obi, McBride. Thank God Cam Reddish is not here, because he would be another one who will be taking a hit. So, I don't know. At this point, like I said, at this point of the season with 12 games left, Me personally, I want them to play hard. I want them to play exciting basketball. But at the same time, I want to give these guys that if they're in their future as much playing time as possible for not only for us fans to see what they're capable of, for Knicks management to make a decision if these players are going to be part of the Knicks future plans. But as I stated before, and I'll continue to say this all season, the Knicks still don't have no identity till this day.
I agree, and the most interesting about that, you've been saying that from the beginning of the year, after the first 5-10 games, you've been saying that, and I've been on ship with that all along. But the thing that for me that needs to happen is let's see what this management is made of this summer and see what moves they make. Because if they bring back a Burks and they get rid of Cam, you wasted a number one pick for him. It just makes no sense that Burks is their point guard. I mean, look, right now you need to bring a point guard. You need to give Burks time. So whatever minutes you're giving Burks, that should be Cam minutes. And that should be and because Fournier has been playing more, but he only averages about anywhere between 26 minutes a game. So you can get Cam and you get Quentin Grimes there. There's no room for Obi, obviously. Because Randall Harley gets injured. He is a monster. But if I had to do something and experiment a little bit this summer, Leon Rose has to see what he can get for Randall. If you can get a deal for Randall and keep Robinson, that is the way to go. You can't lose Robinson. I think the guy who, even last night, you saw Randall? I thought Randall was going to get a T and get ejected. What is wrong with this guy? He wasn't getting calls and stuff like that. But you see the difference? Randall shot 6 for 22, wasn't getting much calls. Barrett was 6 for 22 as well from the field, wasn't getting calls. They were both, one was 1 for 4 in Barrett from the 3-point range. Randall was 1 for 7. And you see the kind of character that Randall brings to this team, always argumentative. And you see Barrett, he has a little discussion. He goes, okay, walks away. Randall is, as talented as he is, you have to see what you can get for him in the open market next year. And if you can get rid of his contract, give Mitchell Robinson his money. I would rather have a Mitchell Robinson over a Randall anytime, Juby.
Yeah, I mean, I get it from as a fan standpoint and the inconsistency, but Julius, besides shooting bad last night, even with shooting bad and his crazy ways, finished with 18 points and 17 rebounds.
That's why I'm saying he's talented. You can get something in the market for him. Is he Nick material? I don't know, Juby. I don't know. And do you get rid of Obi? Maybe you say, look, let's get rid of Randall and let's see what he has in Obi. But see, it's not only up to Leon Rose. I think Thibodeau has no liking to Obi Toppin.
Yeah, there's no communication. You said that with Mitchell Robinson. I see that with Obi Toppin. Yeah. I saw that with Cam Reddish. 100%. He loves Julius. He loves
Burks.
Yeah,
and Barrett
and Taj Gibson. Those are his, and of course Derrick Rose because of the history of Chicago. He does take a liking to Jericho Sims. I don't know what Jericho Sims is doing because Jericho Sims only had 6 rebounds last night, and he had 15 minutes of play. And Quentin Grimes he likes too.
And quickly, he likes quickly as well. But see, this is why at the end. That's why we need a coach, man. We need a coach who can't play favorites, man.
He's gonna be here, Ray. They already said that he's gonna be here next season.
I know.
Derrick Rose is gonna come back next season. We're okay in the backup point guard position. Where we're not okay with is the certainty of Mitchell Robinson and the cluster of shooting guards that we have on this team and small forwards where we don't have enough point guard, legitimate ball handlers, ball facilitators. We have people like Quickly who are learning the system, and we have people like Alex Burke who are fill-ins, and that's what he is. Unfortunately, nothing to take away from him as a player because he is still a talented player. He's still in the NBA for a reason, but he is what you call a fill-in player. There's no set position for him. He just does a little bit of everything. But the Knicks management and coaching staff are using this guy like if they want him to be the point guard of heavy minutes for the future. And I just don't get it. I hope you're right. I hope we see what Leon Rose was brought to this team for. We still haven't seen it. The only move they've done is Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker since they've been here. I think it's time for them to speak to the media because they've been away from the media since October. We have not heard from them, which is absurd when you're a management. At this point, I miss Jim Dolan, and sadly to say, and I'm just kidding, guys. We don't miss Jim Dolan. But we have no communication. We have no thought process of where they're going, which direction they're taking. What do they think of the product they produced on the floor? At this point, they're basically playing the virtual GM, virtual owner, and it's unacceptable, especially when you're in the mecca of basketball, New York City.
Agree, man. I mean, you have to get some knowledgeable people. I think Leon Rose is on the right track, but I think Thibodeau pushes away from what he wants. And I think when you have a GM that has a vision for this team, and then you have because he picked Obi, he picked these players. Obi, I think he didn't know what he had in Randall, and then Tibbs is so enamored by Randall. That's why I have a feeling Randall's not going nowhere. Look, I'm not saying Randall's a bad player. He just brings up bad vibes on this team, and maybe I'm making that an excuse, and he's the scapegoat for it. But I think we need a point guard, and that's what we need. I mean, I did a video on a college prospect, Jaden Ivey, who is supposed to be the next Ja Morant. I mean, he's not there yet. He's not Ja Morant because Ja Morant dominated in college especially in the last year. But he has that Ja Morant type of tendencies. He needs to be groomed. That's what all these things with these college prospects. Even if you draft these top guys, he's going to be in Thibodeau's doghouse until you prove you can play. And it took a while for Quentin Grimes to do that. Even Sims and Obi Toppin still hasn't proved anything to him. So I mean, this is a hit or miss, and that's why I kind of feel like even if you go into this draft, then if you're not going to draft young players and Tibbs cannot use them, then use these assets, make trades so you can get seasoned veterans of guys who's been in the league for 2 or 3 years who are stars or who you think will become stars, and get them into the Knicks uniform and have them play. Because at this juncture, are you waiting for, okay, let's go to the lottery? What's the sense? Either or, it doesn't make a difference. Tom Thibodeau is a frustrating coach to kind of watch and see how he hinders a lot of the young people's talents, and and it doesn't even play an opportunity. So he hinders these guys from growing. So I don't know, Juby. I'm frustrated about that. I think what Leon Rose and Scott Perry wants and Worldwide West, because even Worldwide West went at Tibbs and complained about it. Look, at this juncture, the only reason Tom Thibodeau is still here is because of the relationship with Leon Rose. They're very close, obviously, and he respects him. And I think that next year, he's going to give him a lot of these talented players he's looking for, or at least I'm hoping. But if Thibodeau starts the season off the way he started this year, he's gone, man. There's no excuse. He has to go.
I think, you know what's funny? We sit there and we say that the management hasn't done anything. I think that Cam Reddish move was a start of what their thought process is of they can't win now. Tom Thibodeau wants to win now. That's his mentality, like you've been saying. And I think that the Cam Reddish deal was basically like, this guy is more ready than any of the draft prospects that are coming in this upcoming draft. So you might be right. They might not utilize their draft pick this season because they might win games and they might fall short and have like the 16th, 17th pick, and they might use that pick along with maybe Alex Burke. Hopefully, we're hoping to bring some kind of talent that fits Tom Thibodeau's game style. No one knows what Tom Thibodeau's game style. If you guys remember when Tom Thibodeau first came aboard to the Knicks, he wasn't fond of Julius Randle's gameplay. He didn't know what he was going to get from him. He actually wanted to trade Julius Randle, but then they developed this love relationship between each other. Like I said, him and Alex Burke come over to Tom Thibodeau's house for dinner at least twice a week because the relationship that they have is just crazy. But we'll see, Zenray. I mean, we all can sit here and speculate, and we all can be GMs, and we all want to pull the trigger on these trades, but that's why these guys get paid the big bucks. It's time. And I think as far as the draft, if there are players that are available that are not NBA ready now, I think you have to look away just because of the type of coach we have right now. Because if we get a player that's 2 years away, they're gonna sit on the bench, and it's a waste of pick. It's a
I agree.
waste of potential.
I agree.
Just move on from it. Get somebody that's gonna play in now, that's gonna contribute now. And if it doesn't work out, and Tom Thibodeau, like you said, produces the same kind of basketball next season, then you already know where the problem is. It's not the point guards and it's not the players that you have. It's the coach.
I agree. The Knicks beat the Wizards 100-97. We got a little bit away from the game, but I think we have to look at now is basically the Knicks finding their point guard, and how they're going to do that. Is that through the draft? Is that through a talented player you're going to pick up? Look, Kyle Kuzma at the end, man. This is the problem with the Knick Nation. Knicks could have lost that game last night, up by 15. Kyle Kuzma comes in, get three straight 3-pointers. Randall and Barrett helps the Knicks hold
I
off.
wanted Kuzma, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still going to say that. I wanted him, not to cut you off. I wanted Kuzma. We could have had him a couple of seasons ago for cheap, and they chose not to get him. I'm not saying he's a superstar. I'm not saying a Carmelo Anthony for Kyle Kuzma, but something would have been great for Kyle Kuzma. But we end up with Alex Burke. Continue, Ray. I'm sorry.
But Kyle Kuzma, like, look, he almost pulled it out, and this is the kind of thing, this is the kind of roadmap we've been seeing in the Knicks all year. You know, you have a comfortable lead, and with 4 minutes up at 15, there's no excuse that the game that got so close at the end. It just shows you the Knicks have a lot of work over the summer. I'm predicting right now, the Knicks end up winning another 5 games, 6 games at best. We're gonna be, 4 games on the 500 probably, or 6 games on the 500, and have a disappointing season after having the season we had last year. There's really no excuse for it. The Knicks try by bringing a Kemba Walker as your point guard to see if you can cover a lot of, he can revert back to the old Kemba Walker. We see that didn't happen. He had a few bright games. Don't get me wrong, talented player, but his knees couldn't hold up, and I said that early of the year. I don't think his knees are going to hold up. It did happen. The Knicks lose, and I look forward to doing the next show, Juby. I don't know what else to say.
Who do we play next? Do you know when's our next game? If you don't, that's fine. We'll look it up.
Yeah, I don't. I'm looking at the schedule right now. We play Wednesday. I think we play next game is on Wednesday.
Really?
I think,
That long?
yeah, I think
Wow.
last time,
Oh,
last
no,
time I
no,
saw
no,
it.
no, 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 no. We play Utah. We play Spider Mitchell tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at it right now. Spider Mitchell comes to town. Hopefully, Spider Mitchell will become a Nick guard next season. And then we got the Hawks on Tuesday. If there's any chance, if we lose tomorrow, just stick it in, put a nail in the coffin. That's all she wrote. But if you win these next 2 games, and you can possibly get close, but like you said, it's possibility that we might not, Zenray. It's sad because we had all these hype optimism about this based on the season that we had last season. But we'll see what happens in the future. Me personally, want you guys to enjoy this beautiful weather. It looks like the winter is behind us. The sun is out. Things are beautiful. And a day like today, there's nothing that you rather do than spend time with your family. So this is me saying, just remember, you don't have to be blood to be family. And as always, family above everything.
Thank you, Juby, and we'll see you on Sunday. I thought our next game was on Wednesday. I don't know why I said that. I told you how spaced out I am this morning. I having my
Go
Joe,
have a cup of Joe,
but,
bro.
my cup of Joe. But yeah, so they play Sunday. We'll do a post game show, either that Sunday or we'll do it following Monday morning. We'll go from there. New Yorkers, everyone around the world. Our prayers to the Ukraine. We pray every day for them. Never give up. Never give up, New Yorkers and people around the world, knowing that the best is yet to come as long as you have peace, love, peace, and gratitude. Zen Real, Juby, thanks for coming on, and my apologies for being a little bit spacey this morning.
That's all right.
I'm
Just go. All I ask is that you go have a cup of Joe and zen out. That is it, my brother.
That's what I'm gonna do, sir. I'm gonna zen out.
Later, bro. Have a great day, brother.
Zen Real.
All right, guys, that was Zenray from Zenray Sports TV. A little bit all over the place today. He's a little tired, but that's okay. You know, we all have those days. It's always Monday blues, even though if it's not Monday. Like I said, the Knicks go down 197. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you guys enjoy the weekend. Like I said, it's a beautiful weekend. Nice weather. Was supposed to be rain in here in New York City, but it turned out really nice. Enjoy your time with your family because, like I said, life is so short. And, you know, it's all about the mental health, guys. So enjoy your day. And as always, family above everything. Stay safe, guys. Peace.
We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York